Hi, welcome to the video. Before we get started with the pros and cons of each console, and I tell you which console you would most likely enjoy, uh, I just want to say one quick thing. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. A majority of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. Also, I uploaded a podcast a couple days ago. It's essentially this, but I talk about it with friends. If you don't like podcasts, it's fine, but if you do, just check it out. I know it's not that good, but we're trying. Okay, now to actually get started with the video. Pros and cons of each console. In this video, I'll be going over which console is, well, obviously the best one is Switch, but besides that, I'm going to go over pros and cons of each console to help you figure out which console you should probably get for Christmas or any other holiday that's coming up. We will start with the Switch. Pros of the Switch. They got some pretty great games. The fact that the Switch is a handheld and a docked console also makes it the most mobile console, a mobile, good console. It still has some pretty good games. Most Switch games are great for children. I'm pretty sure the most violent Switch game is Xenoblade Chronicles or something, and I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's also got pretty good multiplayer considering that the controllers So, if you haven't seen a Switch before, it's essentially a little iPad that you can attach the controllers to on each side. And, you could split the controllers in half so two people can play. Or you can just get more controllers. Yeah. Cons of the Switch. Switch Online. It's awful. If you want to play a game online, depending on what game it is, it's probably not gonna happen. Unless, if you're playing with randos. If you're playing with friends, you should be fine. Joy-Con Drift. It's a weird hardware issue with the controllers where either you can't move in a certain direction or the game automatically moves in a certain direction. It's just annoying. You can send your controllers back to Nintendo. They should. I think they're still doing it, but if you send them their controllers, they send you just back a new pair for free, or they fix it. Most Switch games are pretty expensive, considering about most of them are $60. Most of them aren't worth $60. Of course, Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey are worth $60, but ARMS, I'd maybe pay $20 for ARMS, and that's it. And Nintendo, 3D All-Stars limited release. Yeah, Nintendo is not the best. Well, no, they're good business. They do what's good for the business. They don't always do what's good for the player or the consumer. They do what's good for business, and that's it. Preventing us from using emulators and suing people for messing with their Switches. And battery life. The battery life is not good for a old model of the Switch. There was a new model released. To find the difference between the models, the box should have it should be more red than the original. Any Switch on shelves now, it has the updated console, unless it's really old. But it was just an old issue. If you're buying off eBay or something, just be aware the battery is not the best. Maybe 2 hours at most. But if you have it plugged in, you should be fine. And my conclusion here is the Switch is more family-friendly than any other console. If you're getting it for someone who's young, a Switch Switch Lite would probably be a good fit. Switch Lite would probably be a better fit. The only problem is that Switch Lite is not multiplayer as well. Switch Lite is meant for one person because you cannot take off the controllers. That's why it's cheaper. It's $100 cheaper. Next is the Xbox. Pros of the Xbox. It's backwards compatible. It has Cuphead on it. I couldn't really think of anything for Xbox. I own an Xbox One S, the newest one before the big one, the mini fridge one. I have nothing big to say about it. The only thing I have to say about it is that there's no good games. I've never oh, this game is perfect and only for Xbox. No. I don't like any games for Xbox that are not on other consoles. I think the only game I actually really enjoyed from Xbox is Cuphead, which is on every other console. It's not portable in any way. I mean, it's like a normal portable. It's not Switch portable. I mean, you can take your Xbox to your friend's house for some reason. Weirdo. And then it doesn't store drinks. That's my biggest complaint. The Xbox, the new one, it doesn't store drinks. I mean, they have the mini fridge aesthetic. Why don't they just make it half and half? Mini fridge and a gaming console. I don't like Xbox. I wish I didn't own one. Xbox. Keep in mind, everything here said is my opinion. If you prefer Xbox, cool. I don't prefer Xbox. I would have. Yeah, so Xbox is kind of like a shooty game. It's not as easily multiplayer because you got to buy another controller every single time. But you might like Xbox, and that's fine. That's fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. And the PS4/5. The good part about it is it's backwards compatible. On the new PS5, you can play not all. You can play a majority of the PS4 games, which is pretty cool, considering they didn't have that earlier. And PS5, it's got some pretty good games. FNAF Security Breach, all that other stuff. Cons. Oh god, a PS5 is hard to get. I heard that every GameStop was given one PS5. Yeah, let that sink in. It's also pretty expensive. Have you seen scalpers selling for thousands of dollars on eBay? It's not portable really, and then it just looks weird. No one really wants a Wi-Fi router in their house. But my conclusion is PS4/5 has good graphics, but most of their games are meant for older audiences. So it might be better for someone who is older and enjoys games like that. Let me know if this was helpful. I plan to do Oculus, but I do not own an Oculus yet, so I'm gonna wait. Real quick, if anyone has any ideas they want me to do, they want me to play Minecraft Hardcore series, just leave in the comment section below. I read your comments because there's like 3 of them a video. Thank you to any recent subscribers. I know my videos aren't good at all, so I thank you for subscribing to me. We're now at 41 subscribers. Let's try and hit 50 by the end of the year. It's not going to happen, but at the very least, we can hit like 42 by the end of the year. Now, let's aim for 42.0. 42.0 by the end of the year. And that's it. See you guys later.